A few years ago, something swept through the population that altered everything. A cataclysmic event that burned like wildfire through people's bodies and through communities. It was crazy. Businesses shut down. Kids stayed home from school and fell behind in education. They got riled up. Instead of socializing with each other and their peers, they were socializing with TikTok, causing a whole other set of issues that kids are going through today that we never would have seen years ago, that we're going to have to address sooner than later if we want to fix it now, because this stuff's going to get out of hand if it hasn't already. Most of it has already. But like I said, businesses shut down. People didn't get to see their loved ones. Separated marriages were divorces happened. People were separated. People were stuck in other countries because they couldn't get home. People were stuck in other households because they couldn't go home to their parents or their siblings or their whoever they lived with, their wife. I mean, it was crazy. Okay, and probably the people that suffered absolutely the most were the healthcare workers and the first responders. These guys were overwhelmed. They were underpaid and overburdened. They were short staffed. They didn't have any downtime, any free time. They didn't get to see their families. They didn't even get time to eat or breathe. These are the heroes, and I have a compilation video showing exactly how serious the behind the scenes was, because this is something we wouldn't normally just be privy to as citizens while the real heroes were out doing the work. And this is their compilation of their video, what they had to go through. And this is how serious this problem was, and exactly how serious we should take this now. Just so, in case you didn't think it was serious, I want you to know this is how serious it was. I did have to mute this for copyright purposes. But this is what they were going through on a day to day. This is this is the seriousness of what we were going through. The hospital staff were going through. This is what they were having to do, man. This is what they were having to suffer through on a day to day basis. This is what you didn't see behind the scenes. This is the short staffness while your loved ones were there and they were taking care of them. They were on ventilators and couldn't do anything, couldn't function. You couldn't go see them. You couldn't go see your loved ones because of how serious this was. These poor people had to social distance from each other, not even deal with their own coworkers. They had to wear masks and stay 10 to 12 feet apart from each other at all times because it was so unhealthy to do anything other than be masked up. Most of them can't even smile now because the muscles in their face, from lack of smiling, from frowning, have permanently been changed and altered. And this is just, this is how serious we need to take this thing now, to this day. And this is how it should be treated with this level of intensity and seriousness that your healthcare workers, who you heard all the time about how dangerous they're. I can't even do this with a straight face. Okay, I tried. Look, I did it long enough. This is just pissing me off, and it should piss you off too, because hospitals got a shit ton of money from this. And this is what these guys were doing. And yeah, these TikToks were viral, and they made these assholes tons and tons of money. These people you heard were overworked and overburdened and overwhelmed. I know tons of healthcare workers, and most of the ones I know quit. And they didn't quit because they were overworked. They quit because of the BS. They quit because they knew it was bull. Because this is how serious it actually was behind the scenes. This is what was really going on while you weren't allowed to see your loved ones in the hospital and you were dying alone. This is what happened when your businesses shut down and governors didn't shut the businesses they own down, like Newsom. This is what happened. This is when like your governors were traveling on vacation and you were supposed to stay home, like Kristi Noem. This is what was going on in your country under your nose. And this is made so you get sympathy for them? I don't think so. We need some explanations. There needs to be a lot more, there needs to be a criminal case done about this. There needs to be a criminal investigation of this entire thing, and it needs to start with Fauci, and then it needs to go to the pharmaceutical companies, and then it needs to go to all the tech companies that push everything on you, including this one. Anyway, I'm your buddy Mooji's Magic. I love you in the face. I hope you stay healthy. As you can tell, I'm a little mad. My wife didn't get to see her biological dad because of this before he passed away. He had just tried, he'd just been trying to mend things with her and trying to be around a little bit, trying to be in touch with her after not for a long time. And then he got sick. And because of underlying health issues, because he had prior health issues, she didn't get to see him when his life was gone. He did die from the disease, but it was because of the health issues that he had prior. And she couldn't go see him because of this whole thing, because of how it was taken, how it was treated, and how exaggerated it was. Again, remember how serious it was for your health workers every time someone tells you what you know or don't know about it. This is what hospital workers were doing. This is not a small amount. This is just a short amount. Yep. Here's the real heroes here, guys. The real heroes. The real heroes. Pathetic. I can't watch this anymore.